वॉल्यूम बढ़ाना इसका। So, welcome to all of you. You ask me as maximum question as possible. Okay, I'll be first discussing with you about the subject, scope, course content, how to prepare for it, and whatever doubts you do have about the subject, you can ask me the questions. Okay? Online students also, you can ask me questions. Anything you want to make clear of, you can always make a question for that. I'm Professor Subas Mohapatra. I've been teaching sociology since last 38 years. So sociology for you is a subject or maybe a subject for UPSC preparation. But I lived my life with sociology and I have got a love for the subject. And the beauty of sociology is it is the life story of all of you. What you do in your everyday life, when you comprehend it, that makes sociology. Okay? Sociology, ordinarily speaking, is a discipline that deals with the study of society. And what is society? Within society, you find out family, religion, political parties, bureaucracy, market, and so on. Tell me, can market exist without the people who are a part of it? No. The market gets a life through your active activities. Through your active participation, market gets its life. Look at Korolbag market. Monday it is closed. Nobody is participating in the market related activities. Shopkeepers are not opening their shop. Buyers are not there. Middlemen are not there. Investors are not there. So you find out only buildings are there in the market. Lively activities are not present in the market. Therefore, who gives life to the market? People. Who are these people? Buyers, sellers, investors, middlemen, the people, those who are loading and unloading the stops. So they are engaged in different kinds of activities. ठीक है? एक क्वेश्चन तुमको पूछ रहा हूं. What is sociology of market? And how sociology of market is different from economics of market? मतलब you go to market as a buyer. Why? To get a commodity at the cheapest price, so that you get maximum satisfaction. Yes or no? So driven by economic interest to save some money, to get satisfaction, you go to market. Why a shopkeeper is selling his product? He wants profit. So drive is what? Economic drive. So this is economics that is going to tell about market. Market has buyers, market has sellers, market has middlemen, market primarily goes for money, one gets profit, other gets utility. So they will be explaining it market in this way. I am a student of sociology. I am looking into sociology of market. Look at how sociology your everyday life. Tell me, you frequently go to market or your brother goes to market? Success batao. Who is very frequent to the market? Both. But most of the time, mother goes for shopping or father goes for shopping? Mother. And father is accompanying mother. So market has a gender connotation. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं रहा है? So women are actively involved in market. So therefore, relate that. In the advertisements, you find out more women are projected, children are projected, or men are projected. Advertisements तुम देखोगे, women are projected more, children are projected more, or men are projected more. Women are projected and children are projected. Because if you put a woman in the market, woman at home will be thinking, why that woman is having that good that I am deprived of? I should go and buy it. The market is hitting at the mind of the people, identifying what? Their sex and gender and primary age. Therefore, a sociologist will be looking into how males' participation in market is different from women's participation in the market. Tell me, if I comes to share market, who takes more interest in it, Papa or Mommy? Papa. When market related to money comes, man dominates there. When market related to consumer items are present, buying stuffs for the children are present, mother is there. Therefore, market and gender is related. Market and advertisement are related. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And those who are having big money, they go to a market that is class apart from Coralbag market. तुम जाके देखोगे जितना सारे टॉप मोस्ट पॉलिटिशियंस है, जो सारे और टॉप लेवल पीपल है दिल्ली खान मार्केट में जाते हैं, तो इसलिए देयर इज ए काइंड ऑफ ब्रैकेटिंग, खान मार्केट ग्रुप. तो elites go to market, one kind of market. Middle class goes to another kind of market. हम सरोजिनी नगर जाएंगे, करोल बाग जाएंगे, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं रहा है? Working class goes for another kind of market. Therefore, market is created to cater to the needs of different categories of people. Yes or no? So therefore, sociology studies market, looking into how different classes choose their market. हम क्यों करोल बाग जाते हैं? Why you go to करोल बाग? Closer. Second, cheaper. Third, chance for bargaining. Yes or no? If he tells 500, you will be starting with 50. That you cannot afford to do in Connaught Place or Khan Market. 500 means okay, 500. So if you have that kind of purchasing capacity, you go to that kind of market. Therefore, the place that Amitabh Bachchan will be going for shopping is not the place that you and me can go for shopping. Therefore, how market is designed, defined, looking into different class of consumers. How different kinds of markets are present and different groups of people participate in that market. Market for men is different from market for women. So when women go to market, men are simply there. समझ में आ रहा है कि support the women. And when women are buying little more, men are keeping an eye on their wallet. कितना खर्चा हो रहा है. And nowadays you'll be finding out the culture of market is changing. Malls are making appearance. What are malls? What are malls? Collection of shops. Malls are the place where a package is being offered to you. There is a place dedicated for what? Children where they can play. So mothers can go for shopping. Children will be busy at play. Young mothers. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So make primary market more attractive. A woman all alone along with the child can go to market. Child is safe. Eatables are there. Cosmetics are there. समझ में all kinds of stuffs that you need, you'll be getting at one place. You don't have to travel a lot. Working women today don't want to spend time on market because they are too busy with their work. They have to balance between their work and primarily domestic responsibility. So whenever they go to market, they want to spend little time, buy quality at primarily cheaper price. So therefore, the concept of malls are promoting consumerism and targeting a body of buyers. More buyers are who? Young working men and women. So therefore, sociology looks into market in one way, different from money, profit, labor, work, economic policy of the government. ये सारे अलग चीज है. So therefore, एक चीज ध्यान में रखना. What is sociology? Sociology is the life story of every common individual. What you do, we primarily comprehend it. That makes sociology. Therefore, sociology is not a subject. It is a narration of your family, narration of friendship, narration of state, narration of conflict, everything happening around you. So the summary of that makes what? Sociology. Okay? So therefore, you will never be finding out stress and strain in studying sociology. Sociology is a subject, whether you opt for it or you don't opt for it. You do that subject in different domains of your UPSC preparation. Okay, let me go step by step about it. We are present here today with a purpose. Purpose is what? मैं 3-4 करके बता रहा हूँ. 1, 2, 3, 4. First purpose is to know what is sociology all about. What is the course content of the syllabus? What is the course content of the syllabus? Whether you will be familiar with the subject or not, your aptitude is fitting into the discipline or not. Okay? What is the scoring pattern of the subject and what is the success rate of the subject in UPSC examination? What this institute is going to offer you if you're opting for sociology, and how this subject will be having overlapping relationship with other domains of your UPSC preparation. तो ये अपना मैंडेट है. Will be sticking to this mandate. ठीक है. तो 4-5 पॉइंट के ऊपर हम डिस्कशन करेंगे. First, I'll be discussing with you about sociology as a discipline. If you look into the title of this seminar, टाइटल है इसका कि नहीं है? नहीं. टाइटल था सेमिनार का जो दिया हुआ था, मैंने जो दिया था इसको मिटा दिया वो लोग. ठीक है. सोशियोलॉजी, द डिस्कोर्स फॉर एन ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट इन यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन. I didn't write sociology optional. Sociology, a discourse as an optional subject of UPSC. So what is the meaning of the word discourse? Discourse क्या होता है? Always remember, sociology, ध्यान से सुनो थोड़ा सा. Sociology is a discipline that never tells this means this. That mostly you do in general studies. For example, what is secularism? कुछ तो आइडिया? What is secularism? हाँ, धर्मनिरपेक्षता. इसको थोड़ा सा बताओ एक्सपांड करके. What is secularism? In case of India, secularism means different religions can coexist. No religion will be supported by the state. If there is a violence against one religion, state will be protecting to the right of that religion. And every religious community do have right to preach, practice and profess their religion. Secularism. But as a student of sociology, when I talk about secularism, it carries multiple meanings. If you go to France, secularism means there is no place for religion in private life of man and in the public life of society. Nobody should go to church, nobody should be worshipping God. So religion has no place in our social life. So what is the meaning of secularism in France? It's different from the meaning of secularism in case of India. If you go to Israel, उनका religion क्या है? Jews. Jews consider our religion is already secular. Since our religion is already secular, our religion stimulates us to go for scientific research, innovation. Understanding or not? So, most of the Jews are the best scientists of the world, both at present and also in past. Jews are best in business and enterprise. Understanding or not? What Jews are thinking today, that world will be thinking tomorrow. They are progressive. They have a foresight, driven by scientific temper. वो बोलते हैं हमारा रिलीजन सेकुलर है. Meaning what? Staying committed to our religion, we go for knowledge, we go for science, we go for technology, we go for enterprise, we accelerate growth. Therefore, we are a small country, very strongly related to each other and progressing in a very big way. So, therefore, our religion tells us go for what? Exploration, scientific research. Our religion never stops us from doing it. We are secular. Therefore, secularism carries one meaning or multiple meanings. America, state doesn't have any religion, but people are free to have their own religions. You can primarily have your temple at your place. You can visit church on the basis of your need. You can do that. So therefore, different countries give different kinds of chance and space to the people to pursue religion in different ways. और एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज देखो, if we look into contemporary world, you will be finding out we are more religious today than our ancestors were religious ever before. We are more religious today than our ancestors were religious ever before. Okay? That never does mean a secular society will have no religion. Understanding what I'm telling? We are a secular society, but we are more religious today than our ancestors. Why? Whether you like or you don't like, every time you'll be finding out through internet, you get primarily rituals performed by the great temples, mandirs, available to you on the click of the mouse. So there was a point of time when man was going to pilgrim centers. Because of this internet revolution, God is knocking at the doorstep of the people. Watch me. This is morning ritual. Therefore, religion is available, accessible to all of us. So therefore, while taking food on the dining table, you can watch a ritual that is telecasted to you. You have great primarily who? Religious preachers available in the form of Sadguru, speaking in chaste English, addressing to your problems of the people of your age. लव मैटर में डिस्कशन करते हैं, जॉब फेल्यूर में डिस्कशन करते हैं, मेंटल टेंशन के बारे में बात करते हैं. यू आर मेंटली कनेक्टेड टू हिम. Yes or no? So therefore, we choose religion. We are not born into a religion, we choose religion. Today we are going to Sadguru. Tomorrow we are watching primarily, suppose, ritual taking place in Tirupati temple. Day after tomorrow I am feeling primarily low, I am listening to pravachan given by somebody. Therefore, religion come to us in one form or the other. Therefore, a secular man and secular woman is also having a choice to go for what? Religion, driven by your needs. So therefore, we live in a market society. In market society, everything is marketed, starting from toothpaste to primarily cosmetics to religion. So whenever you need what, that is immediately available to you. Yes or no? Therefore, religiosity differs from one person to another person, from one point of time to another point of time. You come close to exam, you become more religious. When you clear the exam, you are less religious. Yes or no? When anxiety comes at the time of marriage, you are more religious. But when you are settled down in married life, you are least religious. Yes or no? Therefore, can any society be secular society, another society non-secular society? No. So therefore, this beautiful narrative is giving you food for thought. And that is what is sociology. So therefore, always remember, nobody is absolutely religious, nobody is absolutely secular. A secular person is also a religious being driven by needs and the demands of the time. ठीक है, स्टिकिंग टू प्राइमरी एथिक्स इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ रिलीजन. क्या कर रहा हूं पता है तुमको? जोड़ रहा हूं एथिक्स के पेपर में. इट इज इमोरल ऑन योर पार्ट टू टेक ब्राइब. इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम इट इज इलीगल टू टेक ब्राइब. समझ में आ रहा है? इट इज इमोरल टू टेक ब्राइब, रिलीजन कम्स टू द पिक्चर. इट इज इलीगल टू टेक ब्राइब, जेल जाऊंगा. Therefore, ethics drives our behavior most of the occasion. And where from you get that ethics? Ethics कहां से आता है? और these ethical values कहां से आता है? फैमिली, सोसाइटी, फैमिली से आता है, नेबरहुड से आता है, कंपेनियनशिप से आता है, स्कूल से आता है, रिलीजन कल्चर से आता है. Yes or no? So therefore, when we are driven by ethics, most of the time we do that. What is ethical? एक एग्जाम्पल तुमको दे रहा हूं. There is one of my student in Jharkhand cadre. When his driver retired, collector is driving his driver to his house. डोडे करके इसका नाम है. तो collector is driving his driver to his house and paying him respect and touching his foot, telling him he had served him during his tenure as the collector. Now his time has come when he should be offering him in thanks. This is legal or ethical? Ethical. He is giving importance on what? Virtues, values, age, service, and humility and humanity. Therefore, a good bureaucrat will be following humanistic ethics. A good bureaucrat will then be following administrative ethics. Then a good bureaucrat should follow rules of law. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So loads of things that you get in your ethics paper, you are primarily doing that in sociology. Therefore, sociology is primarily what? A narrative of your everyday life where ethics is present. Where your everyday primarily what? Life driven by cooperation, conflict, negotiation, interaction. ये सब आता है. Therefore, when you are doing sociology, you are going for narrative about your everyday life. So come down to the question. So what kind of syllabus sociology makes? Sociology is not a subject. It's a mixture of different subjects. If you look at sociology syllabus, you'll be finding out. See from here. You study various dimensions of equality and inequality. ठीक है? Equality and inequality do have how many dimensions? Economic inequality, political inequality, social inequality, gender inequality. So all these descriptions about what is equality, what is inequality, intensity of inequality, consequence of inequality, you do that in sociology. And this equality and inequality, you do that in GS paper 2 and GS paper 3. So therefore, you give all theoretical and practical knowledge about equality and inequality. इधर और देखो. Dimensions to inequality. Gender as a dimension to inequality. Ethnicity as a dimension to inequality. Ethnicity means what? Ethnicity can be, ethnic groups can be defined on the basis of, बोलते जाओ, language, territory, कल्चर तुम जीएस में पढ़ते हो. Social development index in case of South India is much more higher in comparison to North India. Ethnicity. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Education in case of Hindus is much more primarily higher literacy in comparison to Muslims. Ethnicity. So therefore, ethnicity, how promoting inequality? Tribes are ethnic group. Unka educational problem. Poverty present in tribes. All these things you do in sociology. ठीक है? Ethnicity as a form of inequality. You see here, work and economic life. Formal sector, informal sector, labor relationship with society. Capitalism में industrial capitalist society में economic character क्या है? That you do in sociology. Means sociology has some component of economics present in it. This you see. Again, loads of primarily GS politics paper. Citizenship, democracy, civil society, political parties, bureaucracy, pressure groups, social movement, collective action. So this also you do in polity chapter. Therefore, parts of economics and parts of politics, they become primarily the themes of sociology. Look into religion. Every time you get some GS questions, essay questions on religion, fundamentalism, secularization, religion and science, sects and cults. So, loads of primarily inputs that you are getting on social issues paper of GS. That also you are covering in sociology. Family, marriage, kinship, changing nature of primary division of labor, you do in sociology. And look at this part. Education and social change. Science, technology and social change. Economic development and dependency. Do you know this development and dependency? See, it's a very important theme that you do across different domains of UPSC preparation. When a third world country is striving for development, what are the problems this country is facing? Very good. When a poor country is striving for development, we have, what are the problems we have? We have, चार पांच चीज बताओ. We have skill deficit, resource deficit, technology deficit, knowledge deficit. But only one thing is present, political will is present. Government wants development. But we don't have who? Skilled manpower is not present. Resources are not present. Technology is not present. Understanding not? We have all kinds of deficits. तो इसलिए हम क्या करेंगे? That we did during second plan period. We'll be borrowing technology from primarily developed countries. Borrow money from World Bank and primarily what? Asian Development Bank. We'll borrow a resource, borrow technology, borrow skills. Using all these things, we'll be trying to go for what? Development. Okay. Once we make finished products, where will be selling it? Domestic territory, people don't have much of money to buy our finished products. So when we are going to sell it in the global market, who will be deciding the price? Buyers or sellers? Because what we are selling, that others are also selling. Therefore, we have to maintain quality. Our price should be competitive. So therefore, they will be deciding the price of our commodity. Okay. So therefore, we are selling it and getting money. What we are doing with that money? What are you doing with that money? Major part of that money we are paying back to them as the interest rate on the money we have borrowed from their financial institutions. Understanding or not? So since major part of our earning we are giving it to them in terms of repayment of interest rate, we need more money. So therefore they give us more. Ultimately result क्या होता है? Balance of payment crisis. Understanding or not? We buy Rafale, they decide the price. Therefore, technological advancement is taking place in their country. Therefore, to update ourselves, to accelerate development, we need this technology, they decide the price. And what we are selling them? Agricultural product, raw materials. Price of that also they decide. Therefore, ultimately क्या होता है? Rich countries are becoming richer, poor countries are becoming poorer. Therefore, poverty in third world countries is becoming a persistent phenomenon. So, therefore, development there leading to underdevelopment here. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So, they are developing at our cost. We are becoming underdeveloped because we are exploited. So, what is colonialism? Colonialism क्या है? अरे our cotton, our iron ore were processed in America, sold in our country, even salt we are buying from family their country. We will be making jute, they will be processing it. Jute products will be buying at a higher price. Our labor, our raw materials, our agricultural products, their machine is processing it. We are paying more to them. So therefore, India is poor because Britain is rich. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So poverty in India is not a deficiency of productive capability of people. Poverty in case of India is a product of colonialism. So our wealth was drained out to make them rich. Consequently, we became poor. Understanding or not? So that you do here, development and dependency. So more we are going for development, we are dependent on them for what? Technology, resources, skill and knowledge, market, and more we are dependent on them. Bolo, 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 bolo. More we are dependent on them. Economic dependency influence to international relationship. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? More we are economically dependent on them. पाकिस्तान ऐसे आके दिखाएगा, हम बताएंगे हमें दे दो weapons. More we are buying weapons, more we are indebted to them. More we are indebted to them, more they will be dictating terms over us. पाकिस्तान का फॉरेन पॉलिसी क्या है? What is foreign policy of Pakistan? कुछ तो बोलो. Foreign policy of Pakistan was first determined by America. Now it is determined by the dictators of China and America. Because Pakistan is economically dependent on these countries. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? श्रीलंका में वही हो रहा है, बांग्लादेश में वही हो रहा है. Understanding or not? तो when you are preparing for UPSC, एक चीज हमेशा ध्यान में रखना, UPSC preparation is a learning process. And trust me, with my decades of experience, I'm telling you, if you seriously prepare for UPSC, you will be having so much of knowledge and confidence. UPSC will clear, along with that, other exams will be clearing just as a cakewalk. Only thing is seriousness for UPSC preparation. And the beauty of this subject is it gives you knowledge about everything under the world. Economics you study, politics you study, religion you study, social structure you study, to study something about everything. It's syllabus of sociology. तो sociology क्या है? Sociology is a खिचड़ी सब्जेक्ट. इसमें सब्जी मिलेगा, दाल मिलेगा, समझ में कि थोड़ा सा देसी घी भी मिलेगा, चावल मिलेगा, मिर्ची भी मिलेगा. So this is combinedly together sociology. So political science talks about one theme, economics talks about one theme, समझ में आ रहा है? Philosophy talks about one theme, sociology talks about everything. And that everything you do in different parts of your GS. GS पेपर 1 में क्या क्या है? हिस्ट्री है, ज्योग्राफी है, सोशल इश्यूज है. 1/3 of पेपर 1 GS is sociology, सोशल इश्यूज. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? सेकेंड पेपर में क्या पढ़ते हो? पॉलिटी पढ़ते हो, इसमें स्टेट पढ़ते हो, पंचायती राज पढ़ते हो, नॉन गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पढ़ते हो, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज पढ़ते हो, प्रेशर ग्रुप पढ़ते हो, इधर भी वही पढ़ते हो। पेपर 3 में क्या पढ़ते हो? इकोनॉमी एंड साइंस। इकोनॉमी में क्या क्या पढ़ते हो सारे? रूरल डेवलपमेंट पढ़ते हो, आगे देखोगे। रूरल डेवलपमेंट पढ़ते हो, पॉपुलेशन पढ़ते हो, माइग्रेशन पढ़ते हो, समझ पॉवर्टी पढ़ते हो, ये सारे इधर पढ़ते हो। एंड एथिक्स में जो सारे पढ़ते हो, सोशियोलॉजी में मोस्ट ऑफ प्राइमरी थिंग्स रिलेटेड टू एथिक्स. And one essay definitely you get from sociology. One essay came last year. The destiny of a nation is made in the classroom. क्या है? Education. So education is determining the destiny of a nation. In sociology, you do education in 5 different places. And सबसे बड़ी चीज है, sociology gives you a critical understanding, a reflective understanding about everything. And in interview, what kind of questions you get? Suppose if you are a collector, there is a district which is supposed to be primarily affected by flood. What will be your plan of action? Sociology gives you critical understanding of reality. 5 different ways we can explain it. Sociology explains everything from multiple perspectives. Getting that knowledge, you will tell. Number 1, a district regularly affected by flood is declared as which district? Flood-prone district. Therefore, for every flood-prone district, you have a strategic plan prepared in advance. This period में flood आता है. These areas are highly affected. This is the vulnerable zone. You have everything there in black and white. You can plan it out properly. Evacuation can be planned. Relief materials can be planned. Medical team can be primarily prepared. NDF team can be primarily prepared. ठीक है? Flash flood, emergency. So there, which kind of action you can do? Women and children should be protected first. Elderly should be protected first. So before this fast flood comes, you should be primarily developing what? Shelters. Odisha was primarily a state where people were losing their life heavily because of what? Regular cyclones. And state made a plan. In every panchayat, 2 to 3 cyclone centers were primarily developed. Underground bunkers were also created. So therefore, people, when cyclone comes, government get primarily informations. People are given shelter there. Food is arranged. Medical team are arranged. So Odisha became one of the primarily state in the entire primarily world where, because of cyclone, not a single life is being affected in last 10 years. Therefore, planning can bring miracles. So different strategy, interview में जब क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो टू वन पर्टिकुलर एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था इंटरव्यू में, हाउ कैन पॉवर्टी बी इराडिकेटेड फ्रॉम द कंट्री? क्या बोलोगे? तो विल जनरेट एम्प्लॉयमेंट, विल बी इन्वॉल्विंग प्राइमरली डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटीज, सारे बोलोगे. इफ यू आर ए स्टूडेंट ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी, यू विल से, सर, पॉवर्टी इज ए मल्टी डायमेंशनल फेनोमेना. One dimension to poverty is economic poverty. But the major challenge to a society is not just economic poverty. Poverty of character, poverty of knowledge, poverty of culture. A rapist is a rapist, not that he is poor. He is suffering from poverty of character. Therefore, a rapist is a biggest threat to the country than a person who is poor. A poor person can be given skill, he can be given financial aid to come out of poverty. But a person who is suffering from poverty of character is a challenge and danger to the nation. ये दोनों आंसर में फर्क है कि नहीं है? And फर्क will make distinction between 230 marks in interview and 150 marks in interview. Therefore, sociology explains a particular reality from multidimensional perspective. That may be secularism, that may be poverty, that may be state, that may be gender, any question you talk about. So sociology opens up your mind. Sociology is a food for thought. Sociology is primarily very critical, very reflexive, very dynamic. हर चीज का 25 एंगल तुम बना लोगे. Everything that you discuss about, एक क्वेश्चन आया था तुम्हारा. Critically examine the relevance of reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. अभी इस बार की लास्ट टाइम आया था. Critically examine the relevance of adequacy of reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. GS में आया था क्वेश्चन. What will be your answer? These are positive things, these are negative things. ठीक है. If you are a student of sociology, how are you going to address this question? Adequacy of reservation for SC, STs. Why reservation? Point number 1. ठीक है. For whom reservation? What is the outcome of reservation? And what should be the future direction to reservation? 4 point. What is reservation? Reservation for whom? Outcome of reservation? And future direction to reservation. You discuss on these 4 perspectives. What is reservation? Is reservation a form of compensation? तो कुछ लोग रिजर्वेशन को बोलते हैं कॉम्पेंसेटरी पॉलिसी, कुछ बोलते हैं डिस्क्रिमिनेशन पॉलिसी. ठीक है. रिजर्वेशन is a legal mandate to question, challenge, and alter to the problem of structured inequality present in Indian society from historic period to contemporary times. Yes or no? What is reservation? Reservation is a legal provision or not? कहाँ कैसे legal provision है? Constitution gives mandate. Therefore, reservation is primarily a legal provision to address to the problem of structured inequality between Brahmins and Dalits, between non-tribes and tribes. Brahmin Dalit का बीच में inequality क्या है? Between Brahmin and Dalit, inequality is social, cultural, ideological, percolating into economic inequality and political inequality. But tribe non-tribe का बीच में inequality क्या है? Educational inequality, lack of resources to primarily go for comfortable life. उनका क्या है? Absence of access to what? Resources. Geographical isolation. No meaningful participation in productive activities. तो ये जो inequality को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए we have gone for reservation. कहाँ पे? Educational sphere, employment sphere, political sphere. Therefore, reservation is not a gift given to the people. Reservation is guaranteed to certain bodies of people because they are subjected to structured inequality from historic period to contemporary times. Understanding or not? So therefore, reservation was a necessity to promote social inclusion, economic inclusion, political inclusion. Therefore, through lot of deliberation, discussion, so this reservation policy is being introduced. ठीक है. बाद में we have diluted this reservation policy, bringing in whom? Other backward caste, bringing into it who? Economically backward class. ये बहुत सारे लोगों को लाके हमने इसमें डाल दिया. तो competition for reservation is becoming more important on the basis of numerical strength, on the basis of our political power. So we are trying to obtain this reservation benefit. ठीक है. But question का mandate है SC ST का. तो what is reservation? Why reservation हो गया? Who are the beneficiary of reservation? What is the outcome of reservation? because of this reservation policy. So now we find out in Parliament House, Panchayati Raj institution, and in state assemblies, people belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe are represented. Public offices are there represented. Universities and colleges they are represented. So inclusion in education, political sphere, other spheres are greatly visible. ठीक है? But is this reservation bringing upliftment to all primarily people belonging to this community? No. Some people belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe category, they are still in that particular stage where their ancestors were located before. Therefore, benefits of reservation is being primarily creating class structure within a particular community. One group of people are benefiting, others are not still getting access to these benefits. तो इसीलिए we have to target reservation policy. क्या करना है? Those who are in the bottom section of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, उनके लिए क्या चाहिए? सस्टेनेंस चाहिए, स्किल चाहिए, एजुकेशन चाहिए, कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए. तो ये प्रोग्राम को हम करके वी हैव टू अपडेट देम. वंस दे कम टू ए पर्टिकुलर स्टेज, एजुकेशन हो गया, स्किल हो गया, गिव देम एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी, पॉलिटिकल पार्टिसिपेशन. So therefore we have to target different sections of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Those who have benefited from it over generations, they are one category of people. Those who have not got benefit from reservation policy, they are another category of people. So try to have different kinds of programs for different categories of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe than having a generic program. And keep a target. Within 20 years, 30 years, poverty will be primarily eliminated among this category. Skill development will be taking place. Employability should be created. Entrepreneurship should develop. If we are doing that in a strategic manner, then these two communities will not be dependent on reservation policy for time infinite. Okay? So therefore, inequality within a social category. Historically, how inequality is present. So therefore, politics of reservation should not be subduing to sociological significance of reservation. Reservation is given to people not as a matter of grace. Reservation is given to the people to promote inclusive democracy, social equity, guaranteeing social justice to the people. Therefore, if you withdraw reservation, considering this as inadequate, democracy will fail, social justice will fail, inclusive democracy will not be possible. Therefore, how much of reservation, with what intensity, for whom, and how it will be distributed among the people, that need to be taken into consideration. Last को लिखोगे. No policy is good, no policy is bad. Every policy is made with the intent of promoting inclusion and development. If a policy fails to bring out result, it is not the fault of the policy, it is the fault in implementation of the policy. Yes or no? These two sentences will make difference. And that knowledge, that idea, that content, that expression sociology will give you. Therefore, sociology is food for your thought. It gives you imagination. It gives you diversity in approach. You will become more confident when you're attempting to questions in any domain of your UPSC preparation. आगे देखो. What is this? Nationalism, modernization, protest movement during colonial period. क्या है? इधर क्या है? History, agrarian structure, evolution of land tenure system, land reform, economics, caste system, social issue, tribes, colonial policy, issues of integration, autonomy. Again, तुम्हारा overlapping with GS paper. Marriage, family, kinship, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? इसमें live in, live with जितना सारे हैं पढ़ोगे इसमें. Problem of religious communities, religious communities in India against social issues. ये देखो, developmental planning and mixed economics, constitution, law and social change, polity, education and social change, social issue. Whole of it is GS. Rural development, community development, cooperatives. What is the status of cooperatives today? What is the status of cooperatives today? है, क्या पढ़ रहे हो तुम लोग? कोऑपरेटिव क्या है? हु इज द कोऑपरेटिव मिनिस्टर ऑफ कोऑपरेशन टुडे? अरे अमित शाह, होम मिनिस्टर, एक स्लोगन दिए हैं भारत सरकार, सहकारी से समृद्धि, जानते हो? कुछ कोर्स कर रहे हो इधर तुम लोग? हाँ, सुनो, सहकारी से समृद्धि मीनिंग क्या है? पूछो, बताओ, सहकारी से समृद्धि मीन्स व्हाट? आई एम स्टार्टिंग विथ नॉर्थ ईस्ट, बताओ, सहकारी से समृद्धि मीन्स व्हाट? Development through cooperation, if I translate that, development through cooperation. If you go to Northeast, you'll be finding out many tribal women are engaged in art and craft. Naga souls are so famous, so warm. But why these craftsmen making these souls are poor? Bolo. Because they are independent. Every woman in the family making the soul, she is collecting the raw materials. She is primarily handloom खुद ही operate कर रही है. She is selling it. If all the primarily women, those who are making the souls, they constitute a cooperative. Get financial support from the bank. Establish a market link. ठीक है? And sell their product not only in Indian market but in international market. They will evolve into rising entrepreneurs or not? अरे उबर कंपनी का एक भी गाड़ी नहीं है, बट देर ऑपरेटिंग ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड. तुमको पता है आज का डेट में क्या हो रहा है? You know, sugarcane growers of the country were subjected to exploitation by the sugar mills. Anybody from Maharashtra will be knowing it. If you are primarily a sugarcane farmer, you have to bring your sugarcane to a sugar mill. You will be selling it to primarily the mill owner. He will not give you money. He will decide the price in a small sheet of paper. He will be writing what is the cost of, what is the primarily the amount of money he has to pay you in exchange of the sugarcane. He will not be paying you that money for years. Okay? But he will be processing the sugarcane, manufacture sugar, sell that in the market and make profit. And since there is one sugar mill, all sugarcane farmers will be selling their product to him. He will be giving primarily what the value of the sugarcane in installments. 200 le lo, 500 le lo. And they'll be meeting their expenses and sustain with mere primarily what? Means. Chal raha tha. Now the sugarcane farmers, they constituted a cooperative. हम इसको मिल ओनर को नहीं देंगे. And this cooperative means 100, 2,000, 3,000 sugarcane farmers, they constituted cooperatives and put some money. Using that money, they started a sugar primarily what? Mill. So raw materials are there. Sugar mill belongs to them. So they started processing primarily sugarcane. टॉफी बनाए, खांड बनाए, सुगर बनाए, गुड़ बनाए, मार्केट में डायरेक्टली सेल किए. प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज बाय प्राइमरली 200 टाइम्स. अमूल क्या है? कोऑपरेटिव. So these cooperatives are primarily strengthening the backbone of the farmers in the countryside. Any member of the Amul cooperative with pride is telling, I'm a successful farmer. इफको नाम सुने हो? फर्टिलाइजर कोऑपरेटिव. All members are getting fertilizer at a cheaper competitive price. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore through cooperative we get strength. सोचो, if the cotton growers of the country, all the cotton growers of the country, they constitute a cooperative, interstate cooperative. इंडिया का सारे कॉटन किसका पास आएगा? कोऑपरेटिव के पास. And जितना ब्रांडेड कंपनीज आर ऑपरेटिंग फ्रॉम इंडिया, they will be buying cotton from this cooperative or not? Therefore, who will decide the price? Cooperative will decide the price. And benefit will go to whom? Farmers, cotton growers. They will not be committing suicide. इसलिए सहकारी से समृद्धि. स्पाइस प्रोड्यूसर्स इतना सारे होते हैं. वे एक्सपोर्टिंग स्पाइस. आंध्र प्रदेश से मिर्ची जाता है, गोवा से सारे ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ स्पाइसेस, केरला से स्पाइस जाता है. इफ दे कॉन्स्टिट्यूट ए कोऑपरेटिव, they will decide the price. And once they decide the price, agrarian prosperity will be getting a more. Yes or no? So therefore, cooperatives can change the economic face of India. Cooperative can eliminate rural distress and rural poverty. Cooperative can develop into agriculture into a business model, agri-business model. And if cooperatives develop, farmers will not be asking for MSP. They will not be asking for waiving of loans. They will be not asking for primarily fertilizer subsidy. Like farmers of America, our farmers can stand with pride, with dignity, with quality, and they will be controlling over world agricultural market. खुद ही फूड प्रोसेसिंग करेंगे, पैकेजिंग करेंगे, मार्केटिंग करेंगे, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट करेंगे. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? तो इसीलिए कोऑपरेटिव कैन ब्रिंग मिराकल्स. ये आइडिया ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव किसका है? इलावट. महात्मा गांधी नाम सुने हो? सो आइडिया ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव इज ओरिजिनल टू हुम? महात्मा गांधी. समझ में आ रहे? ट्रस्टीशिप का बात कर रहे थे, विलेज सोशलिज्म का बात कर रहे थे, कोऑपरेटिव फार्मिंग का बात कर रहे थे, डिग्निटी ऑफ लेबर का बात कर रहे थे. समझ में आ रहे? सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ो, सारे इतना कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली हो जाएगा तो तुमको इधर उधर भागना नहीं पड़ेगा. चलो आगे बढ़ो. ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन कहां पढ़ते हो? इकोनॉमिक्स. पॉवर्टी एलिवेशन इकोनॉमिक्स. ये हो गया. चेंजिंग मोड्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन इन इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर इकोनॉमिक्स. प्रॉब्लम ऑफ रूरल लेबर बॉन्डेज माइग्रेशन इकोनॉमिक्स. इंडियन इकोनॉमिक्स सारे. इंडस्ट्री, अर्बन सेटलमेंट, वर्किंग क्लास, इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर, चाइल्ड लेबर, स्लम, डेप्रिविएशन कहाँ है? सोशल इश्यू एंड इकोनॉमिक्स. नेशन, डेमोक्रेसी, सिटीजनशिप, पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, प्रेशर ग्रुप, रीजनलिज्म, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ पावर कहाँ पे? पॉलिटी. सोशल मूवमेंट, peasant movement, farmer movement, women's movement, backward class movement, environmental movement, tribal movement. कहाँ पे? History and GS as well. Population, size of population, growth, composition, distribution, then birth, death, migration, population policy, family planning, problem of aging. Aging, sex ratio, mortality, fertility, ये सारे कहाँ पे पढ़ते हो? कहाँ? GS में. अरे सत्यानाश ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? और ये सारे पूरा ये पोर्शन है तुम्हारा सोशल इश्यूज. क्राइसिस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट, डिस्प्लेसमेंट, एनवायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम्स, पॉवर्टी, डेप्रिविएशन, वायलेंस अगेंस्ट वुमेन, कास्ट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, एथनिक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, कम्युनलिज्म, रिलीजियस रिवाइवलिज्म, इलिटरेसी, डिस्पेरिटी इन एजुकेशन. ठीक है? सो मीन्स देयर इज ए ह्यूज ओवरलैपिंग बिटवीन different domains of your UPSC preparation and sociology syllabus. ठीक है? तो मैं क्या बता रहा था? 4 चीज तुमको बताऊंगा. What is the syllabus? Scoring pattern. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? हम तो नीचे हैं, नाम एस में होता है ना. हाँ, ये है इधर ऊपर है. थैंक गॉड. You will be finding out a trend in sociology. Sociology is like क्या है? मिडिल पाथ नहीं है. सोशियोलॉजी इज व्हाट? सोशियोलॉजी इज नॉट प्राइमरली कमिंग इन वेव्स. वेव समझ में आ रहा है? एवरी वेव इज हैविंग ए पीक एंड ऑल्सो ए बॉटम. सोशियोलॉजी इज ए वेरी कंसिस्टेंट सब्जेक्ट. जिसको तुम एवरग्रीन बोलते हो, सब्जेक्ट इज वेरी कंसिस्टेंट एंड परसिस्टेंट सब्जेक्ट. लुक इनटू रिजल्ट. 193 in 2014, 173, 132, 137, 107, 126, 115. Either in first top 20, 4 are there with sociology. Either 2 are there with sociology. 6 are in 2023. 24 को हमने 2 स्टूडेंट पास किए हैं एंड 25 24 दो नहीं 3 है. 3 स्टूडेंट इन 23 इन फर्स्ट 20. In first 20, you have 4 in 21, 2 in 22, 6 in 23, and 4 in 24. Top 20 में. So means what? Every year you will be finding out in first 10, at least 2 students will be from sociology. And first 100, 5 to 10 students will be sociology students. Varies from year to minimum 5, maximum 10. First 100 में. 10 में तो 2 आना ही आना है. This is primarily what? You know the performance of the student in sociology. 10 साल का मैंने statistics तुमको दिया. Other subjects I don't want to name. You can see the figure. There will be ups and downs. Sometimes it will be primarily going to the top. Other time it will fall down. एक geography consistently देखो. So ups and downs will be there in every subject, but sociology is consistent. Q. Why? What is the reason? The reason is very simple. In sociology, it is extremely challenging and difficult for a candidate to get a 0. To get a 0, you have to work hard. सच्ची में बता रहा हूं. You have to really struggle to get 0. क्यों? अरे तुम बोलो तो सही, तुम पूरा चुपचाप होके बैठे हो. Sociology is a narrative of your everyday life. Suppose a question comes on gender inequality in India. कुछ नहीं पढ़ना है, अपना घर में देखो. What is gender inequality? अरे कुछ तुमको याद नहीं है, कुछ पढ़े नहीं हो, कुछ नहीं लिखे हो, जेंडर इनइक्वालिटी में क्वेश्चन आ गया, क्या लिखोगे? Most of the women are greatly present in the employment sector where women participation is extremely high. जहां केयर है, नर्चरिंग है, सर्विस है, सोशलाइजेशन है, उधर वुमेन आर देयर. लेस पे तो बाद में. इसको पिंक कलर जॉब करके हम बोलते हैं. नर्सेस आर प्राइमरली वुमेन, टॉप मोस्ट डॉक्टर्स आर मेन. एयर होस्टेस आर वुमेन, पायलट्स आर लार्जली मैन. इक्का दुक्का आजकल आ रहा है. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? टॉप मोस्ट प्रोफेसर्स आर मेन, स्कूल टीचर्स आर वुमेन. समझ में आ रहा है? कौन सा टीचर वुमेन है? छोटे बच्चों को पढ़ाएंगे, मतलब घर में अपना बच्चों को पढ़ाओ, नहीं तो स्कूल में जाके दूसरों का बच्चों को पढ़ाओ. एयर होस्टेस का मतलब क्या है? सर्व फूड टू फैमिली मेंबर्स और सर्व फूड प्राइमरली टू द guests, those who are traveling in the plane. Either you serve your primarily in-laws or serve the patients in the hospital. Yes or no? जो दिखता है वही लिख के आ जाओ. So therefore occupations are primarily going for a great gender division. घर में देखो, all important decisions who take? Father. Less important decision who take? Mother. Therefore, whether it is family or outside the family, domination of man is always present. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore, sociology is a scoring subject because you all are sociologists. They are sociologists who have got social experience, and you have plenty of experience. So that's why I keep telling regularly, sociology is not there in the book. Sociology is primarily surrounding you. You have to carry a third eye and to catch it. Poverty, you don't have study in terms of statistics. Look at the cobbler sitting under a tree who is not having a shade over his head, waiting for a client to come. And if he's charging 10 rupees, you bargain with him. 5 में भाया कर दो, 10 क्यों? A poor man is voiceless. A poor man is working hard to primarily get sustenance. Even if you pay 5, he will accept. Taking 5 rupees from you, made primarily 50 rupees, police wala comes, free of cost is giving him service. This is poverty. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? तो poverty is visible around you. You have to simply catch it. Gender discrimination visible around you. You have to catch it. Ethnic discrimination is visible. You come to this from this and this place, the house will not be giving on rent. Understanding it not? So therefore, inequality is present in every sphere of life, which is the subject matter of sociology. Carry primarily reflective mind, and you get a good score. Therefore, in sociology, it is difficult to get 0. To get 0, you have to struggle hard. If you write in good English, if you have got good imagination, if you have reflexivity, rest of the job we will do. You'll be getting a decent score and clear the exam. Okay? And sociology, mein, getting 300 marks is not very difficult. You will be, this boy? He got 8th rank last year. Ashish. You know this girl? She got 318 marks. शकल दिख रहा है इसका? मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा. So she got 310 marks, not 8, 310 marks in sociology. She was, first attempt she got into railways, second attempt she got into IAS, 11th and 12th, Meda Anand. She used to tell, sir, what I used to do is, whatever sociology I have done, in different domains of GS, I connect it. She got highest in GS and also highest in sociology. Understanding or not? She has got 6 marks difference from the topper because of interview. इंटरव्यू में जो टॉपर था इसका बहुत सारा नंबर था, इसका 178 था. So therefore, the beauty of sociology is it's always a consistent subject. It will be giving you good score. It will be opening up your mind. Therefore, in other subjects there are ups and downs, but in sociology there is a consistency because you cannot write same kind of answer in sociology. You cannot learn and reproduce. Sociology is a thinking subject. And being a thinking subject, everybody's answer will be different. An examiner will never get a feel that you are tutored an answer and you are writing that. Getting my point or not? And what I do in the class, let me tell you. This is important. I open up a topic. A topic will be discussed in the class. You will never get a feel कि कोई sociology का class हो रहा है. You will be enjoying the lecture. बीच-बीच में jokes will be cracked. So many dimensions to the topic is given to you. If you remember 30% of the lecture, that will be good enough for you to write the answer. बताओ मेरे को. You are writing answer in how many words? 150 words or 250 words. But when I discuss a topic, I'll be discussing that topic in so many dimensions. Class में बैठ के तुम जब याद करोगे, that will be sufficient enough to write the content in the exam. So therefore, what you have to do is you have to be very, very attentive in the class. And I don't dictate. क्यों? Dictation में problem क्या है? Whatever teacher dictate, student will be considering this as Biblic. They will be going to the exam hall and reproduce the same stuff. If I am the examiner, I find out first student is writing one answer, I'll give him a good marks. Second is writing that, further less. When 10 student is writing the same answer, I'll give that person 0. क्योंकि पता चल गया अपना दिमाग से कोई नहीं लिखा, सर रट के मास्टर कोई पढ़ाया है, कोचिंग में इसको लिख के आया है. Therefore, I will be giving you so much of content. Using that content, you can be writing 20 different kinds of answer from the same topic. I will make you understand. I will make you connect. I will make you how to write. I will make you how to primarily get a good score. वो काम हमारा है. लेकिन डिक्टेशन बिल्कुल नहीं दूंगा. डिक्टेशन मीन्स गिविंग यू फॉल्स होप. इसको पढ़ लो, पास हो जाएगा. कोई सब्जेक्ट फेल नहीं करता है. बी केयरफुल. हम जो बोलते हैं ना, स्टूडेंट ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स गो अप एंड गो डाउन. Subjects never go up and go down. If you give your students structured notes and ask them to learn it and reproduce, examiner will be finding out a pattern in that answer. Few students will be getting good marks, others will be punished, and the overall performance of the subject will go down. Therefore, inculcate that habit in the mind of these students to think, carry the content that is being given in the class, and they will be writing. आज एंड व्हेन यू से सर ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, कोर्स पढ़ा रहा हूं, पर डिक्टेट कर लो, कर दूंगा, लेकिन कोऑपरेटिव पढ़ाऊंगा. ओरिजिन ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव, इवोल्यूशन ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव, कंटेम्पररी पोजीशन ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव. ठीक है. हाँ, स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स बता दूंगा प्रज्ञा. शतक की क्विज चैप्टर में बताऊंगा तुमको. ठीक है. सो देयरफॉर ऑलवेज बी केयरफुल. तो सोशियोलॉजी जब तुम इधर ज्वाइन करोगे, every class will be primarily what? An experience for you. Enjoy करोगे, feel करोगे, connect करोगे, and I give importance on one more thing: writing practice. How much of knowledge you carry, that is not important. What you are writing in the exam, that is going to give you marks. Class test will be organized. 2-3 चैप्टर पढ़ाने के बाद क्लास टेस्ट होगा. एंड टेस्ट में पूरा तुमको क्वेश्चन दूंगा, एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन दूंगा, so that you apply your head to understand the question. And if exam by chance in examination difficult question comes, you will be having a cakewalk. Others will not be able to understand that question. Online students, it will be, question papers will be sent to you. You have to write the answer and primarily upload it. It will be corrected and given back to you. So class test will be conducted. Once course is over, weekly enrichment test will be conducted. Every week, 10 questions will be given to you. You have to write answer on that. Professors will be correcting the papers. University professors. They will be giving you huge content, and model answers will be given to you. And remember, 19 answers you have to write in UPSC. We will be giving you around 120 structured answers. Structured answer means not 150 words. From different perspective, answer will be made. You can write varieties of answer from out of that content. So class discussion, you are getting content. Model answers will be getting content. Input given by the examiners, you are getting content. And will be telling you how to make best use of chat GPT. आजकल जो use कर रहा है, इसको कैसे यूज करोगे, ये सबको करके यू विल बी राइटिंग आंसर दैट विल बी यूनिक टू यू, एक्सक्लूसिव टू यू, डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द आंसर ऑफ अदर्स. मार्क्स विल ऑटोमेटिकली कम. आया समझ में? सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू फॉर यू. अबाउट व्हिच चैप्टर you are going to start with sociology preparation. Syllabus is having a flow. कोई भी सब्जेक्ट का सिलेबस ले लो, फर्स्ट चैप्टर विल बी डीलिंग विद द ओरिजिन ऑफ द डिसिप्लिन. इधर भी वही होगा, यूरोपियन मॉडर्निटी एंड इमर्जेंस ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी. देन सोशियोलॉजी रिलेशनशिप विद अदर डिसिप्लिन्स. कहाँ नहीं आ रहा, ये बहुत ऊपर है, जोड़ो इसको. So start with the first chapter of the syllabus. I am suffering from poverty of technology. मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं आता है मेरे को. So first chapter you start with, because first chapter will be telling you when the baby was born, who gave name to the baby, how baby is growing up. That means discipline. what is the subject matter of the discipline. So go with the flow of the syllabus. Sociology में chapter 1 में origin of the discipline is there, relationship between other social sciences is there, how sociology is different from common sense is there. ठीक है, तो you get to know about origin and evolution of the discipline. Then whether sociology is a science or it is a non-science discipline, that debate is there. Then different sociological theorists are there. Their inequality study, religion study, kinship study, go with the flow of the syllabus. And basic readings when we are talking about, always remember one thing. There is a difference between university teaching and teaching to the students preparing for UPSC. I make it very clear. I am not training you to become an academician. I'm training you to study sociology in 4.5 months, develop the nick of writing answer in 2 months' time to clear the exam and say goodbye to the subject. Subject will be there in head. Even if you try your best, you cannot forget the subject. Over the years, so many, hundreds of students I have primarily prepared. आज भी बोलते हैं कि sir, sociology is there in the head. It is helping us to do effective administration. Sociology भूलोगे नहीं. But one thing is for sure, that sociological knowledge will be transforming your life in a big way. तुम आज जो बैठे हो मेरा सामने 4 महीना के बाद, I can guarantee you will be a different person altogether. Your thinking will change. You'll be understanding things from a critical perspective. You'll become more confident because you'll be knowing about everything surrounding you. History, politics, economics, geography, everything is there. Demography, gender, environment, everything you'll be studying in one form or the other. And when I get into a topic, I don't primarily maintain the boundary of sociology. एनवायरमेंट को लॉ में जोड़ दूंगा, एनवायरमेंट को वुमेन का साथ जोड़ दूंगा, एनवायरमेंट को एग्रीकल्चर का साथ जोड़ दूंगा, एनवायरमेंट को क्लाइमेट चेंज का साथ जोड़ दूंगा. तो इधर पढ़ोगे, यू कैन राइट दैट फॉर जीएस एज वेल. अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट? So your perspective will change when you do sociology. एक मिनट इसको बता देता हूँ, फिर तुम्हारे पास आऊंगा. क्लास टाइमिंग इज फिक्स्ड, 2:30 बजे से 5:30 बजे तक. Can we start with paper 2? See, problem is what, Sadaki? Always remember, don't be guided by this fact, overlapping. If you get a question in GS, what are the measures we can take to eradicate rural poverty? ठीक है, GS का क्वेश्चन है. Your answer should be factual. But if your introduction is sociological and conclusion is sociological, you are doing value addition. ठीक है, कैसे तुम आंसर करोगे? What are the steps we should take for the eradication of rural poverty? ठीक है, rural poverty has 3 dimensions. Why poverty? Landlessness leads to poverty. Skilllessness leads to poverty. Absence of market link and flow of capital lead to rural poverty. GS, क्या क्या absent है? लैंड नहीं है, फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन नहीं है. सेकेंड, इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए कैपिटल नहीं है, इनोवेशन टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं है, मार्केट लिंक नहीं है, देयरफॉर पॉवर्टी. तो ये 3 चीज हम दे देंगे, पॉवर्टी विल बी इरेडिकेटेड. कहां लिखोगे? कहां लिखोगे? जीएस के लिए. सोशियोलॉजी को लिखोगे, when one talks about rural poverty, one finds out connectivity between caste and poverty, tribalism and poverty, gender and poverty. Yes or no? Most of the people poor in the rural area are scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, because they have got poverty in terms of inheritance. बाप भी गरीब था. They are working as primarily who? Agricultural laborers, bonded labor, child labor. तो इसलिए unless we disconnect the two, poverty and caste, rural poverty cannot be eliminated. There is a social dimension to rural poverty. ये तीन चीज तुम कर लो, लैंड दे दो, टेक्नोलॉजी दे दो, स्किल दे दो, मार्केट लिंक दे दो, पॉवर्टी नहीं जाएगा. क्यों? अपर कास्ट विल बी चैलेंजिंग टू लोअर कास्ट. तेरा इतना हिम्मत है, हमारे सामने बैठ के इक्वालिटी कर रहा है, घर जला देंगे. So therefore, people from Bihar must be knowing about it. That's why agricultural laborer belonging to primarily Dalit community are migrating to Punjab and working as primarily agricultural laborer in the farms of Punjabis. तो इसलिए सोशियोलॉजिकल डायमेंशन सोशियोलॉजी में लिखोगे, along with that ये तीन चीज भी लिखोगे. So therefore overlapping तो है, but don't write GS answers in sociology and sociology answer in GS. Use sociological knowledge to give value addition to your GS answer. उधर जाके थ्योरी मत पढ़ाओ. He wants content. GS examiner wants content, innovation, practical solution. Sociology में theories, ideas, interpretation, critical reflexes, plus facts. वो तुमको बता दूंगा. और ये मत सोचो कि ओवरलैपिंग है, पेपर 2 पढ़ लेंगे. तो अनलेस यू डू प्राइमरली थियोरीज इन सोशियोलॉजी, पेपर 2 को तुम जस्टिस कर नहीं सकते हो. तो इसलिए स्टार्ट विथ पेपर 1. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? पेपर 1 विल बी गिविंग यू थियोरी, इट विल बी गिविंग यू आइडियाज, इट विल बी गिविंग यू कॉन्सेप्ट. यूजिंग दिस आइडियाज एंड कॉन्सेप्ट यू प्राइमरली रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन व्हाट? पेपर 2. एक चीज तुमको लिखा हुआ है, सोशल बैकग्राउंड ऑफ इंडियन नेशनलिज्म. बड़ा खुश हो गया नेशनलिज्म में. सोशियोलॉजी में व्हाट इज नेशनलिज्म? हाउ डू यू डिस्कस नेशनलिज्म? Spirit of nationalism appears, reappears to disappear in the history of every society at different points of time. Love for nation, unity for the cause of the pride of nation is a form of nationalism. Therefore, nationalist movement in 19th century gave us freedom. In today's context, nationalism comes at the time of Kargil war, at the time of war against Pakistan. When India is winning World Cup, cricket nationalism comes into prominence. Yes or no? Nationalism is an emotional sense of bringing people together. It may be having political discourse, it may having primarily a sports discourse, it may be having any other kind of discourse. इसलिए nationalism appears to disappear, to reappear in the history of a society for reasons different. करके फिर लिखोगे discourses of nationalism political. जब हम बोलते हैं मेक इन इंडिया, पीपुल आर कमिंग फ्रॉम यूरोप एंड डेवलपिंग स्टार्टअप्स इन इंडिया, ये क्या है? इकोनॉमिक नेशनलिज्म. सोचो, लिखो. सोशियोलॉजी में कोई किताब फिताब पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है. आई विल गिव यू आइडिया, एंटीना ऊपर करो, लिखते जाओ. एक लड़की थी उत्तराखंड का, अभी हिमाचल में कलेक्टर है. जस्ट वन डे बिफोर शी कॉल मी, सर कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है. तो सो जाओ. सचमुच का सो गई रात को 9 बजे. एंड आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द पेपर शी केम, सर वो क्लास में जो पढ़ा था सारे लिख दिया. मैं बढ़िया है, चिंता मत करो. आईएएस. सोशियोलॉजी में कुछ नहीं करना है. पूरा यू विल बी प्राइमरली एंजॉइंग एवरी क्लास. यू विल बी स्ट्रेस बस्टर फॉर यू. जीएसपीएस क्लास कर रहे हो, टेंशन हो रहा है, इधर आके बैठोगे, गपशप सुनोगे, क्लास खत्म हो जाएगा, पता ही नहीं चलेगा. लेकिन व्हाइल सिटिंग इन द क्लास, मेक ए पॉइंट, यू आर राइटिंग द नोट्स. ये तो क्लास में इतना एनग्रोस्ड हो जाओगे, नोट्स भूल जाओगे, फिर पास नहीं होगा. तो व्हाइल सिटिंग इन द क्लास, माइंड शुड बी अलर्ट. ये तो मजा आ रहा है, ठीक है, लेकिन लिखूंगा तो एग्जाम में लिखना है. 2-2 पेज डेली लिख के जाना और उसी को रिवाइज करते रहना. ठीक है. बैच ऑन ऑफ दोनों बराबर है. मैं ऐसे शकल करके देखता हूं, तुम जो क्वेश्चन पूछते हो इसको क्लास में आंसर करता हूं. ठीक है. माई टेलीफोन नंबर्स आर देयर विथ ऑल माई स्टूडेंट्स. 30-35 साल से जो पढ़ रहे थे वही टेलीफोन नंबर है उनका पास. यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. ठीक है. बोथ फॉर द रीजन सोशियोलॉजिकल एंड नॉन सोशियोलॉजिकल. नॉन सोशियोलॉजिकल क्यों बोल रहा हूं? व्हेन यू आर कमिंग हियर विदाउट द सपोर्ट ऑफ योर पेरेंट्स, and UPSC is highly unpredictable. बहुत प्रिपेयर करके जाओगे फेल हो जाएगा। टेंशन, एंजाइटी, फीलिंग लो, एंड मास्टर का रोल होता है टू गिव यू कॉन्फिडेंस। ठीक है। और एक बढ़िया एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं, एक स्टूडेंट है मेरा, सुन रहा हो कहाँ बैठ के, रात को 12 बजे टेलीफोन मेरा एक मैसेज आके पहुंचा, सर आई एम कमिटिंग सुसाइड। सॉरी, आई टोल्ड अनदर स्टूडेंट, जाओ उठाओ इसको, कहाँ ऐसे मैसेज क्या आ गया। ही वाज प्लेइंग प्रैंक विद सम ऑफ हिज फ्रेंड्स, बाय चांस मैसेज मेरे पास आ गया, जाके बताया। नेक्स्ट डे इसको इतना गालियां दिया मैंने, जब बेवकूफ तू क्यों क्या कर रहा है, एंड ही गॉट इनटू सिविल सर्विस। अभी इनकम टैक्स में कमिश्नर है। मैं तू ऐसे परेशान किया था रात को 12 बजे। और एक लड़की प्रीलिम से पहले पूरा परेशान, सर बात नहीं होगा, आई एम गोइंग टू प्राइमरी लूज माई लाइफ में, ये करके। तो फिर इसको बैठ के रात को 1 बजे घर बुलाया, इसका बाप का साथ आके पहुंची, रैंक 8। अभी सी इज एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी विद गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। तो जब तुम स्ट्रेस में होते हो, व्हेन यू आर फीलिंग लो, वी सीनियर टीचर्स, हमारा काम है तुमको बच्चे से प्यार करके कॉन्फिडेंस करना देना है। जब पास कर जाओगे, लाइफ इज योर्स। जब तक पास नहीं करोगे, टीचर इज देयर टू प्राइमरली होल्ड योर हैंड। व्हेन यू आर अबाउट टू फॉल, टीचर इज देयर टू सपोर्ट यू। व्हेन यू हैव विंग्स एंड यू फ्लाई, इट इज योर वर्ल्ड। ठीक है। तो जितना बेस्ट पॉसिबल है तुमको दिया जाएगा। ओनली थिंग इज योर सिंसियरिटी एंड डिवोशन इज रिक्वायर्ड। What I'm finding out, the difference between old students and new student is, old means 5-7 साल पहले जो स्टूडेंट थे, अभी मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स, they are not able to focus on what they are doing. Mind is diverted. Unless you keep your focus of attention intact, this is not the exam you are going to primarily clear. And एक चीज ध्यान में रखना, हमेशा you remind this fact. In this exam, your parents' dreams are involved, your youth is involved, loads of money is involved. Money lost can be compensated. Your youth will never come back. And if your parents' dreams are shattered, it cannot be primarily recreated. So इसलिए give your best and trust me. If you are seriously preparing for UPSC for 2 years, at least 1 year, you will be getting so much of knowledge. That knowledge will take you sky high. My son could not clear UPSC, he lost it by 2 marks, but continuously he got 6 jobs. RBI से शुरू करके 6 जॉब मिला इसको. Now he is working as economics with Ministry of Finance. यूपीएससी तैयारी करने का मतलब है तुमको जॉब मिलना गारंटेड है, इफ यू आर सीरियसली प्रिपेयरिंग. क्लास ड्यूरेशन 4.5 months होता है कितना? और कुछ पूछना है? क्या है? जीएस क्लास वो अलग अलग बैच करेंगे, और जीएस का बैच अलग है, ये क्लास अलग है. हाँ हाँ. मदर टंग मतलब हिंदी में तुम्हारा ऑप्शन है, लिख सकते हो. पर हिंदी में किताब कहाँ से लाओगे बेटा? किताब कहाँ से लाओगे? मैं तो इंग्लिश में पढ़ाऊंगा, इसको ट्रांसलेट करके कर लोगे. एक स्टूडेंट था मेरा, वो पास किया था. तो यू हैव टू ट्रांसलेट इट. एंड तुमको एक एग्जामिनर है हमारे पास, एक है बिहार का है, तो ही कैन इवेलुएट द स्क्रिप्ट. बट यू हैव टू, लैंग्वेज शुड नॉट बी अ बैरियर. एक स्टूडेंट था मेरा पास, महाराष्ट्र का स्टूडेंट. हिज फादर वाज ए फार्मर इन सुगर कैन फील्ड. he used to write such brilliant answers. and महाराष्ट्र स्टूडेंट का हैंडराइटिंग बहुत सुंदर होता है. हाँ, बड़ा सुंदर. एक एक करके वर्ड डिफरेंशिएट कर दोगे उनका, हैंडराइटिंग में 15% नंबर आ जाएगा एक्स्ट्रा. इतना बढ़िया हैंडराइटिंग लिखते हैं. वो लड़का लिखा, सोशियोलॉजी में 340 नंबर लाया. दूसरा पेपर में कम नंबर लाया था सर. तो इसलिए इसका कोई रेवेन्यू सर्विस हुआ है, कस्टम सर्विस हुआ है, दिल्ली में पोस्टिंग है अभी. तो इसलिए मदर टंग में लिखना है तो लिखो, लेकिन मदर टंग में अपना थोड़ा सा ज्यादा इफर्ट देना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. वो स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स लाना पड़ेगा, फिर इसको लैंग्वेज ठीक करना पड़ेगा, बीच बीच में इंग्लिश वर्ड यूज कर सकते हो, जैसे संस्कृताइजेशन हो गया, वर्ड यूज कर सकते हो। हाँ, अब आपको टेल मी व्हाट इज ए थिंकर? थिंकर क्या है? वेरी गुड, द वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट थिंग्स। इसमें मैंने पढ़ा, बताया नहीं तुमको, ज्यादा हेवी हो जाएगा। बताओ, रिसेंटली फार्मर्स वर प्रोटेस्टिंग, ठीक है? ये फार्मर्स प्रोटेस्ट को दे प्रोटेस्टेड, गवर्नमेंट कंसिडर्ड टू देयर डिमांड and their demands were gratified. So protest was functional or dysfunctional? Protest worked in the benefit of the farmers or not? तो फार्मर के लिए प्रोटेस्ट क्या था? फंक्शनल। बट तुमको ट्रैवल करने के लिए परेशानी हुई, यू कुड ट्रैवल टू इन दैट पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन, तुम्हारे लिए क्या हुआ? डिसफंक्शनल हुआ। सो हर चीज का डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस होता है, and thinkers give you varieties of dimension to understand a reality. एक बढ़िया एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं, एक्सप्लेन पॉवर्टी फ्रॉम डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव। मैं आंसर कर रहा हूं, देयर आर पुअर्स बिकॉज देयर आर रिच, रिच आर प्राइमरली एक्सप्लॉइटिंग टू पुअर्स, देयरफॉर पुअर्स आर प्रेजेंट इन सोसाइटी। और एक बार बोल रहा हूं, देयर आर पुअर्स बिकॉज पुअर्स आर एक्सप्लॉइटेड बाय हुम? रिच, rich are exploiting to poor. Therefore, any society where poor are present, these poor are the ones who are exploited by rich. Therefore, solution क्या है? Eliminate rich, there will be no poor. कौन? Karl Marx. Name a woman, you name a poor. Women are working in the family, they are not getting salary. Women are working in primarily part-time jobs, they are getting less money. Whatever money women make, men take away that money from them. Therefore, name a poor, you name a woman. Which approach? Feminist approach. Different categories of people are poor. Urban society में poor हैं, rural areas में poor हैं, upper caste poor हैं, lower caste poor हैं। समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Poverty is distributed. Calculate करो, बताओ, head count करो, who are poor, why are they poor, how long they have been poor, how poverty can be eliminated. ये कौन सा approach? Positivistic approach. Data collection, scientific method. So what are theories, approaches? Study one reality from different perspectives. In sociology, we have 5 different theories: functionalist theory, interpretation theory, structure functional theory, symbolic theory, feminist theory. And theory तुम्हारा लेंस है, theories are lens, एक ब्लैक, एक व्हाइट, एक ब्लू, एक येलो। तो ये लेंस का थ्रू में स्टडी करोगे, फैमिली, रिलीजियन, फलाना। सो देयरफॉर सोशियोलॉजी में फॉर्मूला होता है, स्टडी द थ्योरीज, अप्लाई द थ्योरी टू एवरीथिंग। सोशियोलॉजी है, समझ में? इसलिए सोशियोलॉजी इज इंटरप्रिटेटिव, सोशियोलॉजी इज रिफ्लेक्सिव, सोशियोलॉजी इज इमेजिनेटिव, सोशियोलॉजी इज क्रिटिकल, लाइफ स्टोरी ऑफ द पीपल यू आर स्टडिंग। समझ में? तो किताब किताब सिताब कुछ नहीं चाहिए, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? क्लास नोट पढ़ो, आराम से सुनो, पास हो जाएगा। जो घर में बैठ के तैयारी कर रहे हो, आराम से सुनो। स्टैंडर्ड टेक्स्ट यू मस्ट रेफर इज इग्नो, because IGNO materials are written by the professors, and it is written for the students who have dropped out from the school and colleges. पिक्चर दिया हुआ है, सिंपल लैंग्वेज है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग विल बी बेटर। सो IGNO को एक बेसिक रेफरेंस बनाओ, ठीक है? IGNO, IGNO जानते हो? हाँ, स्टार्ट विथ ESO, देन गो फॉर MSO. It will be covering almost every topic, but only problem with IGNO is, since it is not tailor-made for UPSC students, you'll be finding out 2-3 booklets are on religion, अफ्रीकन सोसाइटी में रिलीजियन, एक पूरा फुल किताब है तुम्हारा रिलीजन अमंग पारसीज, तुम्हारा जरूरी नहीं है. पिक अप दैट मच फ्रॉम द टेक्स्ट as much is mentioned in your syllabus. सिलेबस को लेफ्ट साइड में रखो, इग्नो को राइट साइड में रखो. द टॉपिक्स मैचिंग, ओनली रीड दैट मच. डोंट गो फॉर वाइड कवरेज व्हिच आर ऑफ नो यूज. वन. सेकेंड, आई एम टेलिंग यू, आजकल तो तुम्हारा जनरेशन है टेक्नोलॉजिकल जनरेशन. तुम्हारे पास दो चैट जीपीटी का आया है और एक क्या है, रिफ्लेक्सिविटी ना क्या है, परप्लेक्सिटी. यूज करते हो तुम लोग. इसमें कैसे यूज करोगे? नेवर एवर कॉपी डाउन द कंटेंट फ्रॉम चैट जीपीटी. चैट जीपीटी क्या करता है, इधर से उधर से मिला के तुमको दे देता है. यू नो, यू सी, सपोज एक लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन पूछो चैट जीपीटी को. इन व्हाट वे Durkheim's theory of religion stand to be relevant in contemporary times where this religious conflict is present. ये सारे लिखोगे. Chat GPT will be giving a structure, and that structure will be giving you an idea about ये aspect में authentic information तुमको चाहिए to write the answer. Getting my point or not? Chat GPT will be giving you a broad framework. Point होगा. So just think that Chat GPT is asking you that these are the leads which should be there in the answer, and collect these leads from authentic sources. Perplexity is better in comparison to Chat GPT because it has articles, original articles. कौन सा सोर्स से है इसको दिया हुआ है. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग टू लाइब्रेरी एंड रीडिंग दीज आर्टिकल्स, परप्लेक्सिटी से आर्टिकल खुद ही पढ़ सकते हो. बट इफ यू आर डूइंग द क्लास ना, आर्टिकल पढ़ने का जरूरत है, इग्नो पढ़ना बहुत है. एंड कीप ए डिक्शनरी ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी इन हैंड, because every discipline is having its own concepts. Unless you know the concepts, you cannot elaborate on that. And that concept and meaning, dictionary of sociology will give you. आज का डेट में डिक्शनरी भी जरूरी नहीं है, यू आप चैट जीपीटी इसमें कर लोगे. ठीक है. सो यूज टेक्नोलॉजी प्रूडेंटली, रीड इग्नो मटेरियल्स, स्टे फोकस्ड इन द क्लास. क्लास में बैठ के नोट्स बनाओ एंड ज्वाइन दैट जो होता है आफ्टर द क्लास, क्लास टेस्ट लिखो. डरो मत. Never consider your first answer will be your best answer. If you are searching for best answer in the first answer, that first answer will never come. First answer will be full up with mistakes. It is the role of the teacher to clarify your doubts and rectify your mistakes. करो जितना मिस्टेक करना अभी करो, so that in the exam hall you don't commit any mistakes. ठीक है. तो ये अप्रोच तुम्हारा रहना चाहिए. और क्वेश्चन पूछना है किसको कुछ? क्लास टेस्ट तुम्हारा 4-5 होगा. एनरिचमेंट विल बी 16 to 18 आफ्टर योर कोर्स इज ओवर. और वीकली जो टेस्ट होगा दैट विल बी 16 to 18 टेस्ट्स. ठीक है. क्लास टेस्ट विल बी वंस पर मंथ. एक मंथ में जितना पढ़ाई होगा एक टेस्ट होगा. ठीक है. इसमें है कुछ क्वेश्चन वगैरह? क्या बता रहा था सर, यूट्यूब ने क्या बता रहा था? डाउट है कुछ इसमें? यही है ना, तो बता दिया सर, और क्या चाहिए. ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन सर बराबर है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. तो आ जाओ, ऑनलाइन का ऑफलाइन करो. फोर एंड हाफ मंथ्स, 120 डेज का क्लास होगा. 4.5 महीना में तुम्हारा कोर्स खत्म होगा. हो गया. और तो कुछ नहीं है. डन. क्या है? सी, पेपर 1 you can be using in paper 2. पेपर 2 you cannot use in पेपर 1. तुमको एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं. पॉवर्टी इन इंडिया. ठीक है. वही क्वेश्चन बता रहा हूं, अग्रेरियन पॉवर्टी. When you are writing on agrarian poverty, you can write, Marx in his study of feudalism advocate feudal lords control over agricultural land. He exploit primarily the farmers and peasants. Therefore, most of the farmers and peasants are primarily subjected to poverty. कल मार्क्स कहाँ पढ़ते हो? पेपर 1 में. जोड़ा कहां तुमने पेपर 2 में? agrarian poverty is a product of caste. Advocates Andre Bete. Suppose paper 1 में you are getting a question, social analysis of poverty. Will you write? Andre Bete tells poverty and caste are connected. Because poverty में तुमको स्टडी करने के लिए पेपर 1 में you have dependency theory, you have Marxist approach, you have primarily critical theory, you have so many theories to explain poverty. तो आंध्र बेते कैसे लाओगे? तो use paper 2 thinkers, paper 1 thinkers in paper 2. Don't use primarily Indian sociologist name when you are talking about world social problems, unless they speak about it. And most of the Indian sociologists are discussing about Indian issues. They don't discuss international issues. Therefore, don't stress them too far to explain international social issues. ठीक है? बीए ईएसओ पहले पढ़ो, पढ़ने के बाद फिर एमएसओ करो. ये CF1 के बेटा मेरे को पता नहीं है CF1 क्या है, फ्लेजिंग क्या है, वो मेरे को इतना हिसाब हिसाब पता नहीं. तुम देखो क्या पूछ रहे हैं. ठीक है, डन. हाँ, पेपर 1 में जनरल सोशियोलॉजी. You don't have to go to Africa, you don't have to go to South Korea or Japan. It's paper 1 is mostly European sociology, European society. Suppose marriage पढ़ा रहे हैं, in European society today, तुमको एक बड़ा बता रहा हूँ सुनो. 69% of the children in case of Netherlands are primarily born to single mothers. 69% children are born to single mothers, and out of that 80% are non-wed mothers. So means childbirth and marriage are not connected to each other. ठीक है. 5.5 लाख children are born to lesbian and gay parents in America. उनका फिगर है. तो इसीलिए इंडिया में LGBTQ डिमांड करते हैं, we should also have right to marry. तो ये है पेपर 1 सोशियोलॉजी में चेंजिंग नेचर ऑफ मैरिज एंड फैमिली. Therefore, European society में today, marriage as an institution is collapsing. Family is disappearing. क्यों? Man marry many times. Women also marry many times. At one point of time, a man and woman with step relations are living together. So therefore, children are becoming the victims of violence. तो इसीलिए उनका सोसाइटी में चाइल्ड राइट क्वेश्चन आ गया. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? चाइल्ड राइट का जो लॉ है, ये लॉ यूरोप में, अमेरिका में इज मोर इंपोर्टेंट बिकॉज देयर इज ए मैन who is marrying 3 women. Woman is marrying 5 times. But at one point of time, man number 1 is meeting woman number 5, and both of them have children from different sources. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? These men and women are becoming husband and wife. But ये जो बच्चे 2 हैं, उनका फादर अलग है, मदर अलग है. So therefore, father will not be treating primarily stepchild equal to his own child. Mother will also be doing the same thing. So father will be primarily violent against stepchild, mother will be also violent against stepchild. तो उनको प्रोटेक्शन कौन देगा? स्टेट. तो इसलिए स्टेट लॉ बनाया, चाइल्ड राइट एक्ट. हमारा माँ मारती है 2 थप्पड़ बच्चा को, बच्चा रोती है 3 घंटा, माँ खाना नहीं खाता है 2 दिन के लिए. इधर चाइल्ड राइट. Don't replicate law from West and apply that to India. Our parents live their life for the children. So इसलिए it is not important how much children owe to their parents. It is more important how much parents owe to their children. मेरा बच्चा करके खाना पीना छोड़ के माँ नौकरी छोड़ देती है तुम्हारे लिए. Many women in the context of India quit their job so that they will be spending time with their children. तो ये सोसाइटी में चाइल्ड राइट थोड़ी ना चलता है, पर हमने बना दिए. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes or no? तो इसीलिए ये सोशियोलॉजी अलग अलग है, यूरोपियन सोशियोलॉजी, इंडियन सोशियोलॉजी अलग है। तो इधर जो चल रहा है लेस्बियन सेक्स, गे सेक्स, फैमिलीज फलाना, इंडिया में मारेंगे तुमको। चलो, हो गया शांति। चलो, थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट, डू वेल। हाँ, बताओ क्या क्वेश्चन है। मैंने बताया तुमको, प्रैक्टिकल देखो तो जीएस आंसर सोशियोलॉजी में को आधा नंबर आएगा। सो हाँ, if you are writing factual answer in sociology, criticality will be missing out. Criticality in your answer will be missing out. Your answer will not be carrying sociological theoretical thoughts. You will be losing marks. So GS में you write factual answer, sociology में facts will be required, but sociological parameters should be there, theories should be there, analysis should be there, critical evaluation should be there. Otherwise, answer will be losing sociological essence. हाँ. वेरी गुड, ओपिनियन दे सकते हो. Don't convert your answer into a research paper. When your answer is loaded with names, it means what? You are copying and pasting it. If you know their approaches, well and good, but give your own opinion in that answer. Own opinion means own judgment. So taking all these theories into consideration, it can be concluded that should be your authentic view based upon your critical mindset. That is important. क्या है? पढ़ लो जरा, कहाँ दिखाई देगा मेरे को, चश्मा नहीं है. अच्छा, बैकग्राउंड कोई जरूरी नहीं है सोशियोलॉजी में. मोस्ट ऑफ द टॉपर्स, दोनों को पिक्चर देखो तुम, दोनों इंजीनियर हैं. और मैं फर्स्ट क्लास में, मैम फर्स्ट सेंटेंस इज, आई टीच सोशियोलॉजी टू इंजीनियर्स and engineers always make me proud by getting ranks. So most of the sociology students are coming from non-sociological background because it is a subject for which you don't require a background at all, because sociology is primarily your life experience. Remember, मैं भूल गया था बताने के लिए, I will be using simple language, everyday life examples, so that you feel what I'm telling. Once you feel, it will be stored in your head. ना लैंग्वेज का प्रॉब्लम होगा, ना अंडरस्टैंडिंग का प्रॉब्लम होगा, ना गालियां का प्रॉब्लम होगा. गाली मिलेगा बहुत तुमको, गधे भी मिलेगा, बेवकूफ मिलेगा, ये सारे मिलेगा, तो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. इसके लिए फीस देना नहीं पड़ेगा, ये सारे मिलेगा. आराम से बैठ के पढ़ोगे, ध्यान से पढ़ोगे तो पास होगा, नहीं तो विल अपीयर टू रीअपीयर टू डिसअपीयर. ठीक है, चलो, थैंक यू, थैंक यू.